guys. Hey guys. How are you? How are you feeling? How are you going? What's happening? So, going through all my expenses and from top to bottom, and working out, contacting them all, and seeing what deals can be done. Working with my team, reducing some of the hours, reducing some of the cost. So making sure I get that right. And on the other side, designing this new program to support people going through this crisis. So what I've been doing over the last 2 weeks is I've been having a virtual coffee or a virtual meeting every day with either a client, a friend, someone I know who runs a business. A lot of mates of mine and friends of mine that I know around the community do. And I've just been listening and trying to understand really, and just being an ear, and through that listening, trying to work out how I can do my bit to help. So I think what I would love from this is your feedback, because what I'm trying to do is design a program to help that I can deliver virtually, that can help people with leading their business through this. And I would love your feedback on which parts of this resonate with your business, apply to your business, are relevant for your business. Because I've built a draft framework to kind of help out, and I would love that feedback from you. So just sharing that with you now. Hang on, I'm going to actually share the iPad for it to work. So let's do that now. So just going to grab this up for you. This is the kind of the draft framework that I've been working on. Last time I did a training like this on the group, I talked about essentially 3 mindsets that I was hoping for you that you could get to with this. The first one is the mindset of step up, not step back. I think it's a time in which, if we do hibernate, and I know Scott Morrison's using those words, but I think if we do hibernate, we can go out of business. And as leaders, we've really got to step up with a bit of a plan about, in the short term, how we deal with this, and then the long term, what it means. I think the second mindset is, this is not a time, as much as this time is about, as I talked about, me, my expenses, my livelihood. Yes, you've got to hold that. You've got to have a plan for that, but you've got to serve, right? You've got to get out there and help, communicate, be with your clients and be with your community and be with your people and try and help them best you can. But you got to do that virtually, right? So step up, serve, and the other one is create. So rather than survive, we need to use this time to be able to create. So here are the 4 problems that I talked about up above there that I'm basing my ideas around, and this is what I'd love your feedback on. So the first problem I'm consistently hearing is that the team are distracted, okay? I spoke to a client of mine at the moment, and he said it's essentially like a spectrum. Okay, so if we draw this over here, there's a spectrum of people, and some are just sailing on through. They're quite focused, and they've adapted pretty easily to working from home, all the challenges out there. Others, spending a lot of the time at their desk when they've got work, talking about COVID, talking about the crisis, and at the same time, everyone's got kids at home and we're working virtually. So what do the team need? Rather than be distracted, what we need is to focus. Now on that, what I would recommend is that if you don't already, I would aim to give your team a weekly focus. You know, however you structure that, you could be a you know, an activity or a current project focus. It could be a money versus a cost focus. However that focus is, I would aim for a weekly and daily focus. Okay, so when I was looking and talking to my clients, and you can hear my family, my wife in the background with my kids, so I'm part of this as well. Because we're all working from home, it's distracted, we need simple messages. Second problem is that your stakeholders, so what do I mean by stakeholders? I mean all those people who rely on you, okay? Your clients, customers, your investors, your staff, your partners. Now, I won't go into complete detail, absolute detail about every one of them, but the reality is that I know, you know, 80 to 90% of those would have seen 50 to 60% of their business go away straight away when the lockdown happened. So the physical lockdown means that there's an economic lockdown. And if we don't adapt, what we've got to be able to do is adapt to what they need right now. So rather than the projects we were working on, which have stopped or stalled, okay, we've got to create new offers that can be delivered virtually and address their problems now. Okay, that's exactly what I'm doing, and I believe that that's the right thing to do. We also need to do another thing. We need to adjust our message. Okay, so if your content, what you've been putting out there is all about things being perfect and okay and everything being normal, it's not. You need to adjust that message for now, for this COVID time, okay? Third thing is most of us are spending all our time, actually, let's go back. The problem is this: physical isolation. And what's that causing is a sister problem called virtual meeting monotony. I think this is an amazing opportunity for us, by the way, to move from, you know, physical meetings to virtual meetings, but we weren't trained for it. So one little tip, what I'm including in this, by the way, is how you run those for your teams, your clients, and all those stakeholders. You get great engagement. Use breakout rooms, all sorts of stuff, so that you can stand out. What I want for you is that you stand out. And just a simple technique, start to use the chat room. All right, the chat room makes a massive difference when you run meetings like this. Fourth one, this is the one that's personal, is whether you like or not, you're the one that's going to have to lead your business out of this. All right, so three things that I've been talking about, but one in particular is self-care. Your health, your support with family, your nutrition, more than ever, that matters, okay? So what I would love for you to do is down underneath here, leave me some feedback. There's 4 problems I've talked about that I think link to these mindsets of stepping up, being creative and serving, getting your team focused on the short-term things that they can do that address the problems you've got in your business. Bringing out something, changing your messaging with your stakeholders, working with them differently, relevant to what's important to them right now with this COVID crisis.
Third is dealing with the physical escalation by getting on board with these virtual meetings and trying to nail them, trying to be really good at them so that your business can continue and make a difference and make an impact and make money. And the fourth is looking after yourself so that you can serve, so that you can make a difference. I better go out there and help my wife with those children. And before I do, I just want to leave you with one thought. Please, please, please provide me some feedback down below. Let me know what you think. Look out for the program I'm about to launch. You'll see a link to it. It's basically going to be virtually delivered like this, but it's going to be you, I, and 15 other people interacting around these problems and what we can do about them to make our business survive and then thrive. Talk to you soon. It's been good hanging out with you.